Hey guys, Freebs FPV. Just making a quick video, kind of like an overview, another overview video, I guess, of the Apex long range 7-inch frame. And going to be a bit of a longer video, I guess, just to kind of talk over everything that happened with this thing. I've had this quad for, I want to say, almost over a year now, and I just barely got it to fly this week. So there's been a lot of issues and problems that I've ran into with this frame, and I now have a good tune that I will definitely be sharing with you guys. That way, if you end up getting this frame, you could probably try it out and it'll help with it. Yeah, for now, let's just hop right into issues that I had with this big old thing and why I hated this frame at first, but now I'm loving it. When Mr. Steel brought out the new Apex long range frame and I saw the video of it, I thought it was fucking amazing. The fact that it had braced arms and everything, and that it was one of my favorite frames that I was flying, and I was able to get a long range version of it, that's pretty sweet. And I know that they already had a long range Apex frame, but this one is definitely dedicated towards long range and 7-inch kind of flying. So this is really good. Right now I've got the action camera on it, and I gotta say, at first when I got this, I built it up, had it all set. I kept getting flyaways and flips and everything because my flight controller's orientation was all fucked, and there was no way of me trying to fix it. So I ended up scrapping the stack that I had, which was the Hobbywing F7 convertible stack. I love that frame, or I love that stack, but it's just was acting up a lot on this frame. So I ended up going with the Kakute H7 from Holybro and the Tekko ESC. I have it on one of my other quads and it runs perfectly fine. And so I ended up doing that with this one. And of course, once again, I still had a couple flip outs and stuff. Once I was able to get orientation set, it was a lot easier to get this thing up in the air and flying. But then I had my next issue. I kept getting oscillation problems and vibration problems with it, even on just tiny little blips, not even like 40%. I'm not even going 50% on throttle, and my camera view was just straight up vibrations all the time. So I had no idea what to do with it. I didn't know how to tune a 7-inch, so I kind of just gave up on it, put it aside for a bit, let it just kind of collect dust. That was until I started using presets on Betaflight 4.3. I forgot that this was already set with 4.3 Betaflight on it, so I ended up using the Superfly tune at first. Started off okay, but after another pack or so, it just started going back to what it was doing, and I ended up going to the UAV Tech preset, which first pack flew perfectly fine. It was great. I didn't have to change any settings or nothing like that. But then another pack in, it did the same exact thing. Vibrations, oscillation, everything. So after a while and tweaking and everything, I just decided I'm going to sit down and spend like a whole hour or two just tuning this thing in while I'm outside flying. So I did spend about 2 hours just kind of going off of the UAV Tech preset and then tweaking them bit by bit, going from the master multiplier, dropping it down. I went from the 1.5 on the preset to 1, and it did a bit better. And then I dropped it to the 0.6, and tune was just fucked. It was like 22, 24 something on the pitch roll and yaw for P's and everything, so it was way too low. So from there, I basically brought it back up to the 1, and then felt what was wrong, watched some videos over of the DVR to see what was doing what, and I finally got the tune. So that's basically what happened with this quad. A whole year's worth of hassle and finagling and figuring out how the hell to tune this, but it finally flies now, and it flies really great. I actually just crashed it. So the best part about this was it took a really good fall. I went too low and it kind of just clipped there, so it rolled for a little, but no damage so far. Motor stopped working for a little bit until I reset the flight controller, but other than that, this thing flies like a charm. So now you're probably wondering what's the tune, and of course I'll post it here now, and you can see the 3 pages. What is it? The PID profile, rate profile, and the filtering. For the PIDs, I turned off the whole sliders option and just use those numbers instead. I'm not used to using sliders as a tuner, and I'm way more used to just putting in the numbers and testing them out myself. So if you want to use sliders, I guess you can use the UAV Tech one and then just try and match it to what I have as close as you can, and you should be able to get a good like flight on it. For the rates, I actually, only thing I changed was the TPA percentage and the TPA breakout. Those I put up onto a higher percentage, like 85%, just because I noticed no matter how much throttle I put, even on full throttle, I would lose control of the PIDs and everything would vibrate and like shake out. So 85% is a really good place, especially if you're just cruising and doing a bit of lighter freestyle, like nothing too heavy or too hard on it. You'll get some like good smooth freestyle on it. For the filters, I think the only things that I did was change the harmonics to 3 and then something else. You'll see it on the like actual page that I post and everything, but those filters are all, if you have, you need to have, actually, not if you have, you need to have bidirectional D-Shot on and the 48K PWM frequency on BL Heli. So make sure you do that too in order to get the filter settings all set up and make sure that this thing is nice and tuned. Yeah, that's basically it. And now I'll just bring you up a video of what I just did flying around for a bit. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope it was kind of insightful. Again, the only issues that I kept having were oscillations and vibrations with tuning. So if you guys use this tune, I hope it works. Let me know what you guys think when you try it out. I'm always open to hearing what people think about it. I'm not the best at tuning, but I feel like the tunes that I have are decent enough for people to try out on like any quad and get a good feel of it. Thanks again, guys. Freebs SPV. I'm out of here. Enjoy the flight video that I got for you guys. Bye-bye.